This is a movement strictly for young people who are tired of how things are being done in the country, and they are now ready to take matters into their own hands to start being the change that they want to see in the world, and how we can start positioning young people into different sectors across Nigeria so that we can start making a stronger impact than what we're doing today. Okay. I was talking to somebody just not too long ago that I do business in Rwanda. And I think I mentioned this yesterday. Most people still have the ideology that Rwanda is still suffering from the genocide that took place 25 years ago. Okay. But if I told you that right now, as we're talking, that Rwanda is one of the best countries in Africa to do business in, you probably wouldn't believe me. If I told you that the city of Kigali, which is the capital of Rwanda, is the cleanest city in the entire Africa, you wouldn't believe me. If I told you that Rwanda has some of the best infrastructures to attract foreign investors, you probably wouldn't believe me. But guess what? It didn't happen overnight. It happened because the people of Rwanda decided that they want to make their countries great. So now, literally, foreigners from all over the world are trooping into Rwanda to start their business. All right. And here's the interesting part, ladies and gentlemen. Rwanda's population, the entire country, is only 12 million people. 12 million. That is half of Lagos State. But yet things are working there. So what am I saying? We're no longer in the realm where we're talking about things are not working in Nigeria. We're no longer talking about how corruption is killing Nigeria. What we're now focused on is what are some of the things that we need to do to make Nigeria a great country? What do we need to do to start getting our people who are in the diaspora like myself to start coming back home to live in Nigeria? Because now Nigeria is a great country. That is what we're talking about. Okay. Now, before I leave the floor open to start getting your inputs, I'm going to really share this with you, and I hope this hits home for many of us. All right. China that everybody knows, almost everything in your house right now, 60 to 70% of it came from China. Did you know that between 30 and 40 years ago, China was an impoverished nation? Nothing was working in China, right? The people of China, they were strictly an agriculture-based economy. In fact, just consider that China was a poor nation. But one of the things that China did, a strategic move, was that they started to visit their leader at that time, started to visit other foreign countries to see what was making these countries prosperous. He traveled all around the world. But by the time he now discovered the secret of countries that were advancing, they came back to China, all right? Came back to China, and their goal at that time, I'm talking about almost 40 years ago, their goal was to send thousands of Chinese citizens to different parts of around the world, different parts of different parts of the world, to go and learn and become educated, to receive education. And they believed that if only 1,000 people out of all the people that were sending out of the country came back to China, the country will be transformed. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know what happened? As Chinese citizens started to go out into the diaspora, they got smarter. They started learning new things, became highly educated, influential, and slowly but surely, they started coming back home. They started to implement the information from out there in China. And I'm talking to you right now, China is not a powerhouse, one of the most powerful nations in the world, where things are not working. where the world now relies on China for almost 60 to 70% of their goods. So what am I saying? Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria does not need any external aid. We don't need people to give us handouts. We have everything we need in this country to make it great. But in order to make it great, there needs to be a movement, a group of people that decides, you know what, it is time for us to start doing something to take this nation to where we want it to be. All right. And that's exactly what we're about. That's exactly what we're about, empowering young people to know that we have what it takes to bring or take Nigeria to where it needs to be. So at this point, I've spoken for about 12 minutes. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to start opening the chat, giving people the opportunities to share their thoughts. Now, this is how this is going to work. Today's meeting is not about what we need to do. Today's meeting is not about what the government is not doing. All right. If you're going to be speaking tonight, what we want to be hearing is, what have you done since you've been joining this movement? What have you done, or what are you doing to start bringing about some of the changes we want to see in Nigeria? You know, like I said, this movement is spreading like wildfire. I mean, on social media, on WhatsApp group, Telegram, every single day it's spreading, right? So we want to hear from you. We want to hear what you're doing, and how, as a group, we can work together collectively to enhance whatever you're doing around the world. I did just say, can I record the session? Well, if you're able to, yes, you can, but I believe that our admins are also recording this session as well. Okay. So let's hold on one second. So we have 21 people here. I'm not sure, Adeleke or Eric, I'm not sure if we are monitoring social media to see if anybody has any input that they want to contribute. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, the floor. Okay, I see Dr. Anthony has something to say. So okay. All right, Dr. Anthony, you have been unmuted.
All right. Good evening, all. Yeah, can you hear me?
All right. Good evening. Yes, we can.
All right. Like what we were saying, this is just a new movement that just we started, and I believe it's going far. It will go far. But then I would want us to streamline how we want it to be. It is high time we know make it open for people who are coming in to register. Let us know that we have started. You know, we are treating other things now instead of us to let us have a standard movement. For now, it's not a standard because it's still very porous for anybody to come in. But then let us have our standard that this is how you want it to be. You know, someone has to come in this amount of money to pay before you register to join the movement and all that. That is what I want us to look into. At least let us have it within now till next month. Then for us to think about what we're going to do, to change Nigeria, is a very great something. And changing Nigeria is not a day job. It's not something that you will do in a year. It's something that will take time. Seminar upon seminar to enlighten youths on the needs to participate fully in Nigeria election. Then drafting out a total a framework on how we want it to be. It's a very big work. It's not something that one person will do. It's a work of community. And that is what we have just created. So then let us make this group a standard group so that we will know where we are heading to. Let us have a particular, pace that we need to set to continue on the movement. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anthony. You are right on point. And like you rightly said, because this is a long-term thing, and we had movement several days ago, there's still a lot of work to be done. All right. We just finished putting together our vision statement, mission statement, our strategies. Now we're working on putting together committees, that we can, to start really building the structure so that we can start seeing how we can start going, moving in different states. So it's not something that's going to happen overnight, but we are moving at a very rapid pace to get things up and running. And the reason we're having these Zoom sessions is to continue to sensitize people of what's coming, right? So we don't want to keep quiet while we're working. We're working behind the scenes, and at the same time, we're still engaging people. One of the things that I love about what you're doing, and I know you didn't share much about that, for those of you who didn't hear Dr. Anthony talk about yesterday, he has already started engaging people in Kebbi. So what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about what is New Nigerian Youth Movement going to do. It is about what are you going to do. And yesterday he talked about how he already gathered a group of people, how he's also going into different areas to start, sharing the gospel of this movement. And that's what we want to hear. What are you doing? What are you doing? Right. And as time we're already working on a website. Let me say that right now. The website is currently in the works. Where people are going to be able to members. Now, it's not going to be paid. We're not looking for people to pay to become a member. And people will have the opportunity to donate. Because we need money to do different initiatives. Those are some of the things that we've been working on behind the scene. Okay. All right. We have Benneth, and then I will come back to Elizabeth. All right, so let's do this. All right, Benneth, you have been unmuted.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the...
Hold on 1 second. Whenever you're speaking, please say your name and the state you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Bennett. I'm calling from United Kingdom, from Gloucester, UK.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
originally, I'm from Imo State, but I was born in Lagos, raised in Lagos, schooled in Lagos. So I mean, it's been an awesome thing that has been happening, because it has been the cry of everyone. I mean, we have longed for it, and have a common goal is a good idea, and I encourage it. So you were saying, what have we been doing individually? I have for long started a group on the Facebook called National Alliance for a New Constitution. It is very important that I speak on this, and I want to encourage us to have a look at it personally and try to understand why it is eminent that Nigeria, that we get a new constitution. The constitution of the country is the powerhouse, is the one that dictates everything that happens in the country. If you have a 40 constitution, you are going to have everything, every sector is going to be, and that is what we are seeing in Nigeria today. Because we have a 40 constitution, I was creating awareness during this period of EndSARS. I was trying to educate the people that the demands that they are making, that the government is not telling them the truth. And the truth is that they cannot attend to those demands because of the constitution. Because the constitution makes it difficult for them to attend to it. That is why they are playing those balls. And secondly, I heard some saying the youth should participate in the election, form a party. Going back to the Constitution, the electoral system and rules are based on the Constitution. And because the Constitution is so porous and so built up to accommodate corruption, these elders, the ones that are already in this system, the politicians, they are masters of that game. The youth cannot compete with them. You can see what has been going on. Those that will win election, they go to court again and it's overturned. Those are the weaknesses of the Constitution that people are making. So I believe that if we have anything, if we want to make a drastic change in that country, we should push for a new constitution. This government, 2015, they promised that it is high on their agenda. 4 years gone, 5 years into 5 years. Yeah, what they are doing now is saying they're setting up a review committee. The reason why these politicians, most of them don't want to do anything about the constitution is because it pays them. They are used to it. If there is a change of constitution, most of them are going to be irrelevant. But that is why they are holding on. So if we want to make any meaningful change, you cannot start reconstructing a house that has a bad foundation. No matter how you repaint it, no matter how you change the roof, it's not going to work. So we have to push on a new constitution. Then every other thing we want to have changed, be it the infrastructures or the security issues, everything will be solved in that constitution. The way the constitution is running, it only favors these pot-bellied, corrupt politicians. Look at NNDC. How do you have a constitution that allows? Look at what happened recently. They were caught red-handed. Up to today, the National Assembly has blocked that because they are involved. Until today, no single one has been prosecuted. It is because of the Constitution. Because of the Constitution, their first 4 years, the House of Assembly held the whole nation standstill, that the government couldn't do anything because of the porous Constitution. And why is that so? This is a Constitution that was handed down to us by the Babangida regime. He is the most cunning person on earth. He was so wise, he contemplated a constitution that will keep him in power when he becomes a civilian president. That is why the constitution is the way it is now. Look at how much the senators are taking home. It was meant to be a bribe to keep them doing what the present government wants to do. Who is the Senate now that you are going to talk to about changing a government that is not working? They are holding on to the money they are getting. It is that money that they're out there for, nothing else. So anything you're talking that is drastic, that is going to affect, why have they not been speaking on their salaries? They are talking about reforming the police and saying they're going to fund the police. Where are those funds going to come from? They've done the budget, they borrowed money. So let them tell us where the money is going to come from. They're not saying the truth. Are they going to cut off their salary and share it? They're not doing that. They're not ready to do that. So what I'm saying is, it is very vital. Let's stand on the new constitution and a restructuring of Nigeria, because the present constitution makes them use this tribal and religious sentiments on Nigeria. We have to have a constitution. For example, I stayed in Germany. You have Bayern, you have Hessen. They are just like regions in Nigeria. It's just like saying the East, the West region, the East and the North. All of them have their culture, their dialect, but they run as regions. Every region have their law. If there is a federal law, every region can rehearse that law and say, okay, this is to the extent we want to take that law, or we want to reform it this way. but they still operate as one. So we have a constitution that is very faulty. We all should move. All this thing that is happening in Nigeria, all this corruption, everything is just based on the you can't. How many of them has been prosecuted? But Buhari is not telling you the truth. Buhari came with a good motive to fight corruption. But how do you fight a corruption in a country in which the constitution itself is on the foundation of corruption, was given back by corruption? It's not possible. That is why he's finding it difficult. He's so quiet, he's tired. He doesn't know he's no more in power. So he came in and he ruled military head of state. Then he could exercise power. Coming into a civilian government, he has to play by the rule of the constitution. And by the rule of the constitution, he can do nothing. And that's what we have been witnessing. That is why they've not prosecuted nobody. Look at Orjus Okal that was prosecuted. Look at what happened. He's still running around. So we have a very faulty constitution. That is what we should fight. Everything we ever want in Nigeria to change will not happen unless we have a new constitution. So thank you so much. I have this group. If you want to join it, search it. It's the new National Alliance for New Constitution on Facebook. Let's create this awareness. Let people know where the problem lies. It is not just the police. The police that are not being funded. Go and look at the constitution. How much does the constitution prescribe for police for the police force for security? That is what we look at. Education. What does the constitution say about education? How much are they giving to education? So this is where because they eat from it. They are playing blind and they want to pull Nigerians away by if you watch out the government now, they are more louder with even the protesters themselves. Why? Because they want to use it to distract Nigeria from the real thing. Nigeria is aware of the bad governance. The only thing is that the root of that bad governance is that is hidden up to now, and that is the constitution. Let's make the people know if we want a good governance, we have to have a good and viable constitution. Thank you so much. I'm done. Thank you so much. Hello? Is someone listening? Hello? Okay, I'm done actually. I'm through. So I'm just bringing up the point of the constitution. There is a group I have now on Facebook, the National Alliance for New Constitution. Let's push the new. We as youth, that is the topic we should be about, and that is what is going to make them shake to their core in Abuja. Those sitting in the House of Assembly, the green and the red chamber, when you bring up the issue of new constitution, you will see how they shake to their pants. So thank you so much. That is my own contribution. I'm now giving back to the host.
Okay, thanks for the contribution. The host will join us back. He'll join us back in a few minutes.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. I apologize. I lost connection. Thank you so much for sharing. I know we have several more people that wanted to contribute as well. Let me see. Let me check the comment section. Chat. All right. So we have Elizabeth. All right, Elizabeth, you have been asked to be unmuted, so go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I am Elizabeth Williams. I hope I'm being heard loud and clear. Am I being heard?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Elizabeth Williams. I am resident in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, South Nigeria. I want to appreciate God for this kind of opportunity. We have long been waiting for such a platform like this, and the time has come. And also, I want to appreciate the brain behind this, how it all started, and how God has taken us to. What I want to do, like yesterday, I wanted to talk as well, but because of time, we didn't get to my talk. Hello? Hello? So somebody says, okay. Should
Can't. That connection is unfortunately not that stable. And I guess that's what you would call it. Ahmed also in a house. So Ahmed, just in case that my phone, I mean my internet becomes unstable again, I will waiting. Now, Elizabeth, were you done talking? Okay, I'll take it as yes. So let's see who else we have here. Okay, so we have owners, broker. So owners, you've been asked.
Okay.
Muted. You can unmute yourself.
I have done that. Can you hear me,
great.
please? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we can.
I stand on the existing protocol not to take much of our time. I'm Dr. Broka Onos. I'm joining this platform from Delta State, precisely Ekpan, we are local government area. After I really support the I want to lend my voice to what the first speaker said. But another thing I would want us to really look into, there was a constitutional conference that was held in Nigeria during the Jonathan administration. That if you go to that document which was not released, you will notice the issue of electoral reform, the issue of true federalism, the issue of new constitution, they are all there. So in addition to what my first speaker, the earlier speaker just said, I will want us to fight to push for that constitution, that document to be released. I think it will help us. It will do us a very good, very well. It will help us.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll stop here so that others can contribute. Very sorry, I don't know if you can.
So real quick, I just wanted to add to this because I want us to stay focused on the purpose of this meeting, right? We spent a lot of time talking about what the problems were, what needs to be done. The focus of tonight, we want to hear from people who are actually doing something already, we want to hear from people who have already started taking action, whether in their local, what this call is about. So if you're going to be contributing, please make sure that your comment, what is already being done or what actions you're taking speak. So let's see. All right. To be unmuted, so you can go ahead.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Well, I would also like to stand on existing protocol not to waste our time, and I would like to go straight to the point I'll try to make tonight. I have been also trying to spread this word around, and I don't know how much it will sit well with most of us. This current Senate we have in that house, the current National Assembly that we have, I can beat my hand to my chest and say to you that they will not, on their own volition, give us the documents that we need for us to get a new Nigeria. If we do not make conscious and concise effort to either push them to do it or we kick them out of that house. And one of the things I want us to push before we lend our voice to tell each and every one of us that we have the power to recall all of the senators and all of the people in that House of Representatives and every one of them. If every senator is receiving a recall action and every House of Rep member is receiving a recall action, nobody has the time to defend the other person. And it is something we can do if we push for it. Although the process is tedious, but we'll follow through it and we'll make it and we'll get it done. We can recall all of them. Whoever agrees with me, please type I agree. We can recall all of these senators, provided we are ready to do it. We go to each and every of our local governments, get the voters register out, convince people, tell them why we need to recall all of these senators, and in fact, this is the best time to even do it. This is the best time to do it. They're not performing. Why keep them there? We can recall them. Get at least 50% of the people who are registered to vote in that local government, in that ward, to sign the voters register and say, I want to recall my senator. And we take it from there. Take that back to INEC. INEC will issue the senator with a recall notice and all of that. We go through the process, and even if we cannot recall all of them, let us try to recall at least 70% of the senators and water them down. Dilute them with youths so we can get the electoral reforms that we need, so we can get the constitutional reforms that we need. This is my contribution for us today. Thank you very much.
Can everybody hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so let me unmute Elizabeth. Sorry, my internet keep going in and out. Unfortunately, I don't have control over that. Let's see. So if you can hear me, for some reason, I'm unable to actually select people's names to unmute them. So Adeleke, I'm not sure if you're there. If you are, please take over and give others the opportunity to comment.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
Yeah, good evening. This is Benjamin Akinaba from Benin, actually from Niger State. Actually, I've started. Hello? Hello? Hello?
We can hear
Hello?
you.
All right, this is Benjamin Akinaba from Niger State. Actually, I've started something and actually going to parks, going to shop, and actually talking to people about this movement. And people are starting seeing reason with me that definitely they need to be changed. And most people are asking me the group name or WhatsApp, Telegram I've given to them. And I think from also some of my friends who's also on my Facebook page, I was able to refer them. I think majority of them have accepted the friend request and things like that. So, and I've gone to several parks and some other shop to talk to people. And the thing is that I think we need a flyer now to back up this thing. And me, I don't want to print flyer that be different from what we have. If we can create a flyer, then someone can print from a site that we can duplicate it while we're going from one park to other, from shop to shop, from gathering, maybe Umbaro Pucha, the downtrodden, the lords, we can able to shape and flyers to them. I think on my own, I've engaged the downtrodden, I've discussed with them, I've talked with them, so I need flyers to able to push all those things. So that's what I've been doing so far. Yeah, thanks. Hello? Yeah, that is it. Hello? I'm done. So I don't know if the idea is if we can create a flyers from we can print and everybody, at least the group should have one that everybody can print from that site and distribute. You understand? Or if it's possible for we to create one in from Edo State and we use it. But I want a collective one that everybody can use. So that is just what I have to say. Hello. Hello, I'm done. Hello. Hello.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. This it's not political. This movement in Nigeria, and we hope that this movement will take us to that promised land. Actually, will be what we'll get at the end of this development, social development. You know, what you that thing that you want Nigeria to be. Let it begin from you. Exactly. That's that's what we are. Yeah. So as for constitutional review, assembly to addition before the House of Representatives and the Senate will also concur. So for us, since we all are agitating for a change in constitution, it then means that we should not relax on our hawks. We should get our people who want this change to get their PVCs. We should get our people who want this change to participate in the policy. So in essence, we are saying the conversation for this evening is what are you doing to canvass? What are you doing to conscientize? What are you doing to bring the attention, to bring our people to the knowledge? What are you doing to bring the consciousness of our people to the necessity of participating in this polity of ours? I have Flora Umoru, I have Elizabeth Williams raising hand. So I'm going to unmute Flora Umoru so that she also, the Flora comes into contribute. Okay. Adeleke, if you're there, can you help me unmute Flora? Adeleke, if you're there, please kindly help me unmute Flora. Flora, can you hear me? Flora Umoru, you have the floor. Flora Umoru, you have the floor. Now you are who they talk. Have you never finished the talk? Broke. Flora, you have the floor. Okay, Elizabeth. Elizabeth William, you have the floor. Elizabeth, you have the floor. Okay. can hear me, I think those that are raising their hand to make a comment finding it difficult to connect. Okay. Ted, I'm hosting with Stephen Akhtar. Yes, I've been trying to have you unmuted. Dr. Babatokwe, your hand is raised. You can mute. Dr. Babatokwe, you have to unmute yourself before you can have the floor. I don't know, maybe there's something with the co-hosting link is not having people unmuted. However, we have a Telegram group, we have a Facebook group, we have a WhatsApp group. I hope you guys have gotten those links. Okay, I'm putting Dr. Babatokwe to waiting room. Okay, Dr. Babatokwe is joining. Okay, Bennett Ezenwa. I think there is an issue with as the co-host. It's not giving me the full right to make to be able to unmute other participants.
Yeah.
It's not the Zoom.
So can I hear you once more?
Not giving me the full right to be able to unmute.
Network is not very good. The connection, there's something.
There are lapses. You are having lapses in your audio.
Who be this? Unmute your speaker. You need to.
You just called me. The host just called me. I just want to understand what he wants me to do actually. Hello. Who is who is co-hosting? The co-host can take over.
Yeah.
The co-host can take over.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I'm back. I had a network glitch here. Thank you very much for standing in the stead. Like we've been requesting, can you post the link to your the group you said you created about the constitutional
I've actually done that. I've shared it on the chat. It's on the chat now. I've shared the link.
Okay,
I'll
it
share
would be
the link
nice if you
already
can
on the
post
chat.
that for us to see here.
It's there now. You can check the chat board. It's there. I just shared it. It's on the chat board. Can you hear me?
Yes, if you have anything to raise your hand. I'm having serious network glitch here. And
no problem. I want to thank everybody who has stood in. I just finished a class, and I heard that Mr. Deepo's network has also been challenging. It's quite difficult sometimes doing things like this from Nigeria. Some of us had to have multiple networks to be able to do things like this. So good to see you all. Thank you for joining. Those of you who have been with us since we started this conversation, I want to say a big thank you and God bless you. A lot has been done. A lot of progress is being made. We're finally done with the proposed draft of our vision statement, mission statement, and core values. We of course require that you all make some input. You can suggest, you can advise, and that is very important. Also, some people said that we should remove the word youth. You know, we're a new Nigerian youth movement. Some people say we should remove the word youth from it. Argument was that there are a lot of people who are not youths who might be interested in joining the movement. And by us using the word youth, it might discourage some people. But honestly, for me, anybody who will be discouraged joining our movement because there's a word youth there, something is wrong. Some others said that the UN definition for youth is age 18 to 27. But you and I know that in Nigerian context, the definition of youth is 50 and below. I remember laughing when Tinubu was saying that the last interview when he went to visit Sanwo-Olu, that the governor himself is a youth, you know, and Sanwo-Olu is actually 55. You know, so in the Nigerian context, you know, you have 49, you have 50, you are still a youth. So we will pick that. I think in part of our vision statement, we'll make it clear. If you are 50 and below, you are still a youth in our context, and you are very much open to be part of us. We are also working towards having some other people who are older than that who can be of value to us, advise us, give us counsel, educate us on how to best go about some things. I want us to know that this is a global mandate, and it is a lifetime mission to work hard to be able to bat the new Nigeria of our dreams. It's not going to come easy. It's not one of those things that come very easy, because the people who have held this nation captive are very resolute. They aren't giving up anytime soon. If they even die, they want to hand over to their children. And they really do not care. I look at some of the governors rolling out young programs, 500 million, we are going to create jobs for 5,000 people. You know, it just makes me to laugh. Do you think 5,000, do you know how many jobless guys are out there? Right? Those who, we just added over 20 million, according to the Bureau of Statistics, as a result of COVID, to the unemployment list. So you are looking at those who don't have jobs in Nigeria, young people who don't have jobs. You're looking at possibility of 60 million. And then a state governor will say he's running a project to give job to 5,000. Are we joking here? Do these people even know what's going on? Right? And we really have to work on this so-called political class. They are so immune. They don't know what's going on. They are so far from the people that they are not getting it. I am happy to hear that the Nigerian Bar Association has decided to provide legal support pro bono to anyone arrested because they were found taking food in any of the warehouses. Now, by the way, I'm not in support of stealing or breaking the law, but ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I don't know whether it's Mohammed that said this. Mohammed, you can confirm this, that in Islam, if you had to go pick up food and it's for the purpose of eating food, it's not a crime. I don't even understand how some of these people think. And you know the funny thing, these palliatives were not even from the federal government or the state government. These are palliative by very wealthy Nigerians who put money together and started buying food. So since most of the states were not responsible, were not providing food, and then you went to store it in one warehouse, and one of the funny politicians was saying that he was keeping it for his birthday. What kind of leaders do we have? These people do not care. They don't care. If we all die, we die. They don't care. If we all perish, we perish. They don't care. As long as they and their children are fine, well, they don't care. And it's time for us to begin to speak up. It's time for us to be ready to send them packing. It's time for us to begin to tell them their time is up. Their time is up. You know, exactly. Their time is up. We cannot continue this way. We cannot have old people. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, President Buhari is a grandfather. Grandfather, if not great-grandfather. Right? He's used his time. He's been president, once. Why must you come back again? Right? What's going on? And now you are back. Please, can somebody tell me something different that Buhari has done? Just tell me something unique. And I hope we're all learning. Because it's easy for them to give us peanuts, to give us contracts, and then we'll start shouting, say Baba, end corruption. Let me say this. Corruption is one of the biggest problems of Nigeria. But let me tell you this. No country, many people don't know this. No country, okay, has ever suffered or totally gone bad because of corruption. People don't know this. Countries fail because of incompetence. Incompetence is bigger than corruption. And it's the real truth. One of the things you will notice about Lagos, by the way, I feel Lagos is probably one of the most corrupt states. If you agree, type I agree. If you don't agree, of course, you can type you don't agree. I've told you there's nothing wrong with disagreeing with me. How many of you agree that Lagos State is one of the most corrupt states in Nigeria? But you will still say Lagos State is one of the most organized states in Nigeria. And you know the reason why? We have very corrupt leaders in Lagos State, but they have tried their best in many cases to have put people who knows how to raise money. IGR. If you agree, type I agree. Many of the people that have been rude, they have been good, they know how to raise money. So that has helped in a way that even if it's little, they just sprinkle here and there. It still makes Lagos State looks like, you know what, Lagos is working. Even though in my own view, when you look at what Lagos is making versus what is on ground, it's not apart. But there is some level of competence. There's some level of competence. The biggest problem of Nigeria is incompetence, gross incompetence. You have people who are leading who don't know jack. They don't know their right from their left. And it's the truth. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of our governors have ever succeeded in running a business successfully on their own? I'm not talking of they looted money. I'm not talking about they were commissioner, they stole money. I'm not talking about they were former minister, they stole money. These were technocrats who were entrepreneurs. How many of them? How many of them? They are just career politicians. Just pure career politicians. And until we start making up our mind, everybody, to say, we will vote for people who are competent. We will vote for people who have done something in their own personal life. What business have they done before? What was their career? How successful were they? Because you cannot give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. If you are not able to on your own, and I said this before, many of you, a lot of people started voting, started voting for Buhari. How many of you noticed that Buhari's cow never increased in population before he became president? If you notice, that I notice. He has a ranch where he raises cow. I don't know if you notice. Some of you are laughing. I'm funny tonight, right? But did you notice the cow in the ranch never increased one day? It was the same size all the time.
Hello?
Right? How many of you also noticed that he had to borrow money to get form? You were former, we can call you former military governor, former head of state, former minister for petroleum, yet you could not raise, was it 2 million or how much to buy form? That tells you of so, and then now some of you are surprised why the man is ready to borrow the future of even our own grandchildren. You are surprised, Abi? Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot give what you don't have. It was not wrong for us to have believed that Buhari was the Messiah. It doesn't make sense. Right? Elitoba Madasho Funi Tonwe Langwo. Yoruba will say, the person who will sew your clothes, you check the clothes he or she has designed for his or herself. So a person who could not design a better thing for him or herself, you now want him to be your president and do magic, do abracadabra. Come on, guys, let's wake up. Going forward, if you have not been successful in your own personal, private life, in terms of your business, in terms of your career, we will not vote you to power. We want to know who you are. How many of you notice, by the way, you may say I'm biased, but how many of you notice he has his own fault? He's not a perfect guy. But if somebody does well, we should say to a level. How many of you notice two governors, Obaseki of Edo State and Seyi Makinde of Oyo State? How many of you notice, some level of progress in those states? If you notice, type I notice. Edo State was so good that Lagos State has to copy their basic education curriculum. It's Edo State basic education curriculum that Lagos State had to borrow. And one of the things many people don't know, Obaseki is a technocrat. In fact, one of those who actually bankroll Oshomole to become the governor of Edo State. Also, if you notice, the same thing with Seyi Makinde. Seyi Makinde was a successful entrepreneur before he became governor of Oyo State. So we need people who are successful in what they are doing. We have to start asking the right question. What is this person doing? How successful is this person in his or her career before he or she gets into public office? Who are these people? What are they doing? If we do not ask these questions and we allow sentiment, oh, it's the turn of Yoruba people. No, it's the turn of Igbo people. No, it's the turn of Hausa. No, it's the turn of Niger Delta. When we begin to pick leadership based on those sentiments, we will continue to experience failure. And that's what's going on. So, but the question today remains, what will you and I do to bat the new Nigeria of our dreams? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because we can complain from now to tomorrow. Nothing will change until you and I begin to take steps. So I'm going to still take a couple of us, maybe 4 or 5 people to still talk. This time around, I know complaint is easier for all of us, but we are not looking for complaint tonight. What will you do to back the new Nigeria. And I'm going to share what I am doing. Okay? I'm going to share what I'm doing because, again, I do not believe in this whole concept of anybody asking for change and we ourselves are not leading that change. Number one that I'm doing, okay, is I have, and this is it start now. When I realized that you cannot get any form of political freedom, social freedom without financial freedom. In the last 7 years, I've been going all over the world, UK, US. In fact, if not for COVID-19, I'm supposed to visit 69 countries this year. And despite COVID, as at March, when I returned back to Nigeria, I had visited 20 cities. I was in Frankfurt, I was in Berlin, I was in Venice, I was in Rome, I was in this same year. I was in France, I was in all these cities. And one of the things that I've been doing in the last 7 years is to begin to teach people how to become financially free. I started my business with $10 and I've grown into a multi-million-dollar corporation. And let me tell you this, let's not deceive ourselves, okay? The reason some of us are bold to talk today is because we are not one of their puppets. The reason why some of us are bold to be able to abuse anybody in power is because we are not hungry people. The reason we are bold to talk the way we talk is because we are not waiting for them to give us contracts. If we too rely on their contract, we will not be able to talk this way. He who pays the piper, he takes the tune. So I've created over 12 courses that I've had to train people on different businesses they could do on the internet, legitimate businesses, affiliate marketing, digital marketing, freelancing. In fact, I've written 35 books authored by me. They're all on Amazon. And what I have realized that I have not done well, by the way, I mean, some of you are interested, you can go to my YouTube page, at Stephen Akitayo TV. There are over 1,000 videos there, free of charge, that can begin to educate you if you are trying to, work on your finances, right? However, I need to also say this, and this is very important. I feel that I have not gone grassroots enough. And these are some of the things I want to start doing now. I want to start organizing rallies under the bridge in Oshodi. These are not classroom talks. Go to the grassroots, rally in Ajegunle, where in the core suburb this time around. So that it's not just those who are kind of educated, who want to go to the grassroots. Now, some of these things may not work there because some of them may need a laptop, they may not have laptops, but we still look at some of the things we can take to the grassroots. It may be how to make beats. It may be vocational skills that they may need at that level. Photography may be what they need at that level. But we need to go grassroots. And that's one of the things I have made up my mind I'm going to start doing. I will start organizing rallies in every neighborhood. And around where I live, every month, all the area boys must come and chop. Every month. In fact, I'm opening an office. Right? Area boys. Because, listen, the reality is this, and let me say this to every one of us who are middle class. What I saw during the riots was not a fight between the poor and politicians. It was the fight between the poor and the middle class. Even your normal Toyota Camry, you are driving by when that riot was tough, you will see the way they are looking at you. Be like say, collect your Toyota Camry. Right? You have iPhone. These area boys will collect it from you. It's the reality. Because they feel they have been the most marginalized. They feel that everybody has abandoned them. They feel that nobody cares for them. Imagine the numbers of people that have been arrested now. I've been seeing pictures. 158 people arrested. 200 people arrested. Do you know that most likely there's no middle class among those people? It's the poorest of the poor. If a woman was lamented, I just saw a picture, very sad. She said it was in the morning I went to buy food for my 3 children. Soldiers arrested me and said I'm one of those who stole palliative. Do you see the kind of wickedness we are talking about here? And if all of us keep keep quiet because it's not affecting you directly. We will one day wake up to realize that we're actually the next target. And we were not the problem. We are not even the problem. We too were victims, but we'll be the one that will be targeted. Even right now, you see it up. In fact, was it on Monday? I took a picture. I said, back to work. Just because I took a picture in front of my Prado Jeep, you need to see what somebody wrote. He said, hope you are not one of those politicians who is killing us. Because you see the mindset now? You see the mindset? So he doesn't even, the fact that I could afford a Prado Jeep now has made me a politician. Right? Has made me one of the enemy. Can you see where we are and what we are dealing with? So we all need to begin to, and I made up my mind, I'm going to go everywhere and work hard. Hey, that is busy. I'm going to work hard to see that we take this movement to the grassroots. I'm going to do that much. We've also, our press release was also on AIT today. AIT carried the press release, and more newspapers also carried our press release. And we will continue to speak up. We're also hoping that some of you can help us connect Channels Television, AIT, live interview, right? We need young people to start saying, it's not just politicians that you host on all these TV shows. We need non-politicians to come and say what Nigerians want to say and speak for Nigerians. AriseNet, all these TV stations, we need some of you who are in the media, okay, to get us bookings to come and speak for the new Nigerian movement and share what our visions are, what our goals are. And this is very, very important. I want to thank everybody for joining us again. We are very big on Facebook. We currently have over 350 people watching live on Facebook. I think we didn't promote our Zoom link very well today. So we don't have too many people here on Zoom, but a lot of people are watching on Facebook. So I'm going to take, if you want me to bring you up, just type bring me up, okay? And we will have, but please remember, we need you to focus on what are you going to do to birth the new Nigeria of our dreams. For those of you on Facebook, can you please, Mohammed, let me post the Zoom link, because I'm seeing a couple of people said they want to come on Zoom. So post the Zoom link on Facebook for those who are who want to join us on Zoom. And I really want to thank Mohammed Adeleke, Shadia, Dipo Adeshino, a couple of people who have been working behind the scene. Okay, God bless you guys real good for all the drafting of the vision statement, mission statement, a whole lot that you guys have done. Thank you. The Lord reward you. Thank you. You guys are just amazing. It's not just talk. You guys are taking real actions to make sure that we are able to birth the new Nigeria of our dreams. Elizabeth, you're next.
Okay, good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Please put up unmute your video too.
It is well. Oh, I'm in Nigeria, like at least it's better like this.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I want to appreciate all of us. If there's no light, I'm just trying to get to the light on I want to say that I really appreciate everything. What I am doing is this. I hope I'm being heard loud and clear. Since this movement started, I have been connecting people. I share there's a short note that I saw on the press release and the Zoom, the Telegram link. I share it to all my friends. Even when the NSAS protest, I was very for all of those days, I dedicated my Facebook page to promote that hashtag NSAS and everything that has to do with it. I just stopped putting any other thing on my Facebook page. I was using that to promote it. And those that were commenting, that I saw that they were really hungry for this new Nigeria. When I got this link, I started sending it to them. And today I took it to another level. What did I do? There's one of our freelance marketer in our company. He's the party chairman of all these smaller political party that they don't hear about in Nigeria, the National Rescue Movement. And even today, they went to court because they did allow them to pick form for the chairmanship and councillor election that is coming up this Saturday in Akwa Ibom State, where I reside. So because they were not allowed to pick form to be part of the election, I think they took them to court, and today they were in court. I saw him on Facebook, and I trailed him to where they were hanging out this evening. And I went to meet him. I talked with him. I told him about this new Nigeria movement. He was excited. I didn't even know that the other two people that were sitting by him, they also state chairman of two other smaller parties, whether something Accord Party and the other one YPP. And so three of them plus me, we got talking about this movement, and I gave them, they were so excited. I gave them the link, and I believe they should be in this meeting now. So that opened my eyes to, now I want to look into all the political parties in Nigeria. Now, apart from PDP and APC, that is well known, every other political parties who they are already feeling marginalized, I want to begin to work on their leaders, their chairman, and see how they can all be part of this movement. So that is what I have done today. And on Facebook, I've started promoting it on my page. Like this meeting, I was airing it live on my page, but when I noticed that we had technical inch, I have to quickly go there and remove it and delete it again. I don't keep quiet. I use both Facebook, WhatsApp. I send it to people to join the link, to join the movement. So that is what.
Awesome. Thank you, ma. Well done. God bless you. That's a good move. Ibrahim Abogun, go ahead. I'm trying to unmute you. I don't know why he's not muting. Can you try and unmute yourself from your end too?
I've done that. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate this movement, and I think it's a welcome development. And with it, I know we are going to have a new Nigeria, inshallah. So what I just want to say, the last speaker, and I really appreciate what she said. And I think we should take our campaign to all these political parties, which we have like minds. Actually, I'm from the family of PDP, but I really believe in one Nigeria. You understand me? But I'm not going to base my opinions on maybe my political affiliation. I just want a better Nigeria for all, a Nigeria where the youth can say that this is my own country. So actually, I've tried to be on this platform for some while now, but I thank God that I was able to be in the house tonight. So I really appreciate this. So as time goes on, we'll see what we can do, what we can add to the movement. So let me just camp for now, so that other speakers too, they can share their own view on the movement.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate you for your contribution. Thank you very much. God bless you. James T. O'Malley, you're next.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Unmute your video, please.
Okay. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for this program, and I love everything about this. I think over time we have had this issue of youths getting involved in governance, leadership, and all of that. I think first of all, youth have to get this, we need to restore the morals and accountability. Over time, we found out that youths have lost interest in accountability, in the sense that who are our representatives? Who represent us in the state house? Who's representing us in our national assemblies and all of that? Now, can youth start getting involved in tracking projects like constituency projects? I know the likes of Budget It is one platform that is doing a very nice job that youth need to be aware of. Follow them. They have representative in all the local governments in Nigeria, and then they track different projects. So how many of us know the projects that have been approved in our constituencies, and how many are ongoing, and so I think that's one way forward. Then grassroots mobilization is also another thing. Like the hoodlums we saw coming out against peaceful protesters. They were paid, some of them were paid just.
I think your network is bad, but please, I want everybody to focus.
And then you somebody turns to these hoodlums. Let's not send them away. Let's now show them love, bring them closer to ourselves, and then enlighten them and educate them. In that regard, the politicians, we have less people to go through destruction. And then we can now, I think that's going forward. And then for the grassroots mobilization you talked about, could always count me in. I could always come into Lagos and could also assist in any little way, and then we'll move forward together. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you for your contribution. Please, we need everyone speaking to focus on what you will do. Again, if Nigeria will change, one of the things that has to change is we need to start seeing that change begins with me. We all need to start looking inwards. What can I do to birth the new Nigeria? What can I? Forget what somebody needs to do. So forget what can you, at your level, with what you have, with where you are. What can you do? That's the real conversation here. What can you do to birth the new Nigeria of our dreams? Sanusi Aramide, unmute yourself. Sanusi Aramide, unmute yourself and please go straight to what you want to do to help birth the new Nigeria. Unmute yourself again.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Thank
evening.
you.
Can you unmute your video, please?
Thank you for the wonderful work you've been doing. I'm sorry I've not been able to be part of the meetings in a while because I'm preparing for some exams. Like you said, you rightly said a lot of things, and for us to be able to actually do what we are supposed to do, we need to empower ourselves. We need to gain financial freedom for ourselves first. And that is what, in the long run, is going to benefit our country. Because most of the problems we have right now is due to the fact that many people are trooping into politics because of the financial gains, not basically because of what they are going to do for the country, but what they are going to benefit from the system. So basically, for myself, I'm trying as much as possible to empower myself, to ensure that I am free financially. Then, of course, to sensitize the people around me on the need to do that as well, to empower themselves, and on the need to see the rot in our system, and as much as possible to do whatever they can within their capacity to enlighten people. Because really, a lot of people are in denial. And over the past few weeks, the space of events has really made me understand that we have a long way to go, actually. Because here where I am, when I talk to people, it's like you are on your own here. You understand? It's like all the things that are happening, it's becoming more or less like a problem that affects some part of the country, not a general problem. So we need to really sensitize people. We need to really make people understand that if Nigeria works, it works for everybody, which I'm trying to do within my own capacity, but it is very tough actually. And that is one thing I want us to realize. But even at that, we should not give up. So I would implore us that we should look into sensitization, general sensitization via the social media, or what have we, grassroots movement, what have we? We need to really reach out to people. We need to really sensitize them. We need to awaken them to make them develop an insight to the problem. I am trying to do that individually, but the work is enormous. It has to be a collective effort. So I would implore us to do that. By the time we sensitize them to know the gains that is behind all this effort, the movement, I'm sure they will key in. But we should not get tired. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Okay, who else needs me to bring them up? As we gradually wrap up for today, we continue our session on Telegram. Yesterday, there were lots of discussion going on Telegram and on WhatsApp. So we will wrap up on Telegram. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, my name is Mohammed Abari. I'm calling from Abuja.
Let's go ahead. Can you unmute your video?
My video? Okay,
Yes.
okay, I'll do that now.
Yeah, go ahead. You unmuted yourself. Yes, go ahead, please. Unmute your audio. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming up with this very great movement. For a very long time, I have issues that is bothering me in my mind, and I doesn't have the opportunity to air my grievances, my feelings. And this time around, this is a very golden chance for me. You know, but the issue with Nigeria is very complex. At this point, yes, we are on issue of mobilization, very important. But I look at the strategies the movement want to adopt, and I think I want to make some advice. One is that this movement is for all Nigerians. So we have to be very, very careful. Most especially in the kind of words we use. Use of the word like hoodlums, like talks, we shouldn't use it because they are also part of us. So we have to just find a better way of maybe addressing people or group of persons. Secondly, our leaders. Once a person has led this country from 1960 to date, there are some people that are inclined to him, as in they are like okay with him, whether he has done well or not. So it is also important for us to avoid even mentioning their name, because by the time you are mentioning the name of a particular leader, automatically you are hurting some parts of the movement, because we want all Nigerians to be on board. People from Sokoto to Port Harcourt, from Lagos to Maiduguri, we expect people to be on this movement. So let us focus on what we want to achieve, forgetting about all this, because I know is that it has never been okay with Nigeria for decades. So I don't want to even celebrate any leader for now, and I don't want to start mentioning his name.
It's true. Hello, are you there? Hello, are you there?
Hello. Am I on?
Okay, go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah,
hello, can you hear me?
You disappeared at some point.
Yeah, it's a network. Yeah, it's a network
ahead.
issue. Yes. So let us always choose the kind of words we use. Like in the strategies, I have gone through it. There's a place where I mentioned engagement of Northerners or with the Northerners. I think that one we should just remove it. You understand? Because when you started mentioning some class of people, they'll feel like they are all Nigerians now. You understand? Despite the fact that, yes, generality of the people that are present in the movement are from the maybe Southwest, I can say so. But let us assume we are all Nigerians. That issue of Northerners or something, we should just remove it. And we are using all our WhatsApp groups and other platforms, Facebook, to mobilize people to join. Finally, what I would like to say is that it's not even about the number of people in the movement, but the impact we can make. Maybe, well, let me call it short-term impact. What can we identify? What are those things that we can identify and take it up to the government to do it now? So that people will know that, yes, so is a movement exists and this is what they are doing. Because Nigeria, it is only when you, in fact, that's when they will start identifying with you. If you did not, in fact, you will call them for years, they will not join you. But when you, in fact, that's when they will start running and then start thinking of joining this kind of movement. So even from the campaign manifestos of APC, what are those things that are there? And we know that the government can do it. And then we take it up with them. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunities to speak.
Awesome. God bless you, and fantastic points that you've made. Yes.
Hello, am I on?
Can you bring me on?
Go ahead, Barrister.
Okay, excellent evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can
That's
hear
not
you.
me.
Very
Okay, awesome. So I'll be very brief. Yes, thank you very much. I'll be very brief. So it's a good thing we have this platform. And one thing that my family, I won't just say myself, my family and I have been doing, it's actually what my parents raised me up to do, is to actually go retired now. It's done is to go from school to school and educate the youth. So if we can catch them young, we can save the future. So one thing that my family has gone back to do, going back to the basics, is actually when school resumed to actually continue this. And one other thing I've always done right from campus days, my university days, is actually I'm a Christian by faith. So my faith evangelism thing. So it's actually what I do now is to go to bus stops. I haven't done that this period, but I plan on doing that as soon as it's safe enough for me to step out of the house. Is actually go to the bus stops and share out flyers. I used to do that before, because I believe that if more people that can get the information about what's going on, about what the cause really is, because a lot of people don't even understand. I'm talking about the grassroots. They don't really understand what the fight is all about. So, and not just even the grassroots, I'm talking about the police themselves now at this point in time, that these who can also be informed. So I'm talking about strategy and sensitization through school, from school to school, and also at the bus stops, sharing of flyers, skill acquisition programs. You cannot speak wise words to an empty stomach. They will not listen, they will not hear. So based on that, empowering people to be able to do some handiworks. I'm a lawyer by training, but over the years, I've learned so many hand skills, because survival isn't just by the books at this point in time in Nigeria. So it's also important that people know how to equip themselves, know how to use their skill and ability to earn some form of money and work towards financial independence. So those three are the core things that I'm doing, or our movement of Newman. One is information. You need to understand, and the grassroots I've learned from my days on the field as a coach and also as an evangelist, is to share the word and put it on flyer. And these are not big grammars, because I've learned that when I'm on the field, if it's pidgin I need to speak, I will rap the pidgin. If I know they need to do the twale, communicate by speaking the language that they understand. That's very key. The skill acquisition program, it's not, the ones I've done in the past has never been, based on what I can, my own capacity, but 5, 10 people, 20 people, it's something, and that spreads. That spreads because they also go out and they also empower. So those are the 3 key things that I will be doing to help move the movement, and also in any way that the movement, the group, the New Nigeria Youth Movement requires my contribution, I'm up for it. So that's my submission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God
Can you bring
bless
me
you.
on? Sorry.
So we have OVA.
Can you quickly bring me on? Hello?
OVA 4, then after that, Loisos Ebere. I would have loved to bring you on, but Mr. Benedict, you are even technically the host for today. So let's just allow this other. You are technically the host for.
Can you just to something the last caller said? I mean, if you can give me later on some minutes to talk, maybe.
Because these people have not spoken, let's just allow them talk. I'm sure tomorrow is still there. We'll be back and we'll still address issues, right? So, Mr. Ovie, go ahead after you, Alfonso.
Right. Yeah. What I just wanted to say, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, wonderful. Now, I'm not in Nigeria.
Yes.
I live in England, and Stephen, your opening remarks, one of the things you made mention of was the fact that we need financial independence. For me, that is the core part of one of the core parts of the whole movement. That's what it's going to be. Because without that financial power, emancipation, it will be almost near impossible for us to break through. So I will want to say, instead of even going through what can you do for the movement at the moment, it is that what are the long-term strategy does the group have? What are the medium-term strategy and what are the long-term goals? So when we know what these things are and we're able to then empower ourselves, in the way of financial independence, then we can then start saying, I can do this, I can do that, I can do the other. Because I cannot tell you now from England that I'm going to come to the grassroots, because I can just leave and go and come. But if there's somebody there, if I have a little bit of financial, there's a financial need, and we need to put into a pot so that we're able to, as it were, do something to progress a certain area, then that way the group will have been of benefit to that area. And then people start to see the impact, because the only way we can create impact is when we are able to go into areas, into places, and impact the people, and when I say the people, I mean people who are in dire need, and pull them out of, the misery that the system has somehow, put everybody into, because it is this misery that is causing this movement to come about, So when people are emancipated financially, their children can go to school, because to send a child to primary school, secondary school, it's not a lot of money. But if you don't have that little money, it becomes a lot. So the way ahead, I believe, is, that we have set goals. Once the goals are set, then we go about achieving those goals, one after another. So we are systematic, we are pragmatic, we are robust in what we're doing. So we're not just chasing fire, so we need to have that in place. So I will adjourn, because Stephen, you have, I believe, with what you've said, you've got, a plethora of ideas that other people, can jump into, and then we start this journey, little by little, slowly but surely, with all determination, so that we all become financially independent, and then we are able to then replicate that, in our locality. So once that is done, then we'll start to see, the real long-lasting effect. Because
thank you,
in the
thank
past,
you very
in
much.
the society, what we've seen is just chasing the fire. You want to tar road, they just bring a quota, put on the floor, and makes it worse. And that has always been the mindset. We are too careful in the way we think. We've got to be more in depth. So we have to be thinking not just 1 year, one.
We're running out of time, so
when you have a lot that have that, it will then impact on the children that are coming, and they will carry that on.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I agree absolutely with what you said. One of the things I want to encourage every one of us, please go and watch the classes we've had since last week, Friday, because some of these things have been clearly articulated and have been clearly, listed as things we are going to do. Our priority was to, first of all, release a press release for the NSAS issue, which is the current burning issue, which we have already done. Also, the next step was to clearly put together our website, our vision statement, our mission statement, which is currently going on. Right after that, the next project was to start to demand, now that the INEC chairman has been reappointed, is to demand that the INEC chairman ensure continuous voters registration going forward. He doesn't need to wait till 2023. We need voter registration to start now, right? And then from there, we move to our usual grassroots mobilization. So we have different committees which you can join. Some of you are just joining us. Mr. Mohammed Adeleke, kindly post the WhatsApp group of the various subcommittees. So it's at the subcommittee that each subcommittee begin to plan, right? Those subcommittee for grassroots, that's where you put things together. Subcommittee for finance. So those of you in diaspora, we need more of finance from you guys. More of media, right? Media and government advocacy, because there are times where we need to put pressure on the international community to then help us put pressure on the Nigerian government, right? So also, those of you in diaspora, we also need you for media. So we have all those groups. They are going to post the links both on Facebook and here on Zoom. So join whichever subcommittee you want to join. Is at that level we then perfect the framework, right? Because we want everybody's input. If me alone, I do it, I'll probably do it from my own perspective, and certain things will be missing in that entire process. But when all of us put our heads together, we'll be seeing things from different angles and we can have something very holistic. We also have created a new Facebook group. It's called New Nigeria HQ. It's going to be hosting 10 million Nigerians from all over the world. That New Nigeria will start that social experiment on that Facebook group, right? We have our laws, we have our constitution, right? So if you break our rule, we will ban you from the group for 2 weeks, right? If the offense is heavy, you go to jail. Jail means you are banned from the group for 6 months, right? So that New Nigeria, we will start practicing it even on that Facebook group. And you can also join the group. All these links are already being put on Zoom. Please, can you also, Mohammed, post this link on Facebook? People are asking for it on Facebook. And we have more people on Facebook asking. So because of time, because we still have more work going on in all these Telegram group and all these subgroups, we will need to wrap up quickly and continue our work on in those groups. So I'm going to take Iberi as the last person for today. I've unmuted you. Please go ahead. Hello, can you go ahead, please? Okay, Ebere, we are not able to hear you. I guess you're having challenges with your earpiece. I want to suspect that your earpiece is the reason for that. You know, but that's okay. We still can't hear you. Mohammed Adeleke, I'd like you to come up and do some announcements. Please, Mohammed, please, we need your announcement to just be for 7 minutes so that we can continue every other activity in the Telegram and on the WhatsApp group. Mohammed, please, 7 minutes, Mohammed, just 7 minutes. Mohammed Adeleke, are you there? Mohammed Adeleke, are you there? So if the links are not available at the moment, we will make sure tomorrow's meeting will focus on the subcommittees, educating everybody on the subcommittee, as well as posting those links. And we probably will also have a short session so that we can work harder on you know, working more in those groups. Ahmed Akonde, thank you so much. These are guys working behind the scene to really put structure to this movement. We need more hands, like we said, we need more hands. Everybody is trying to put structure into this movement. Yes, go ahead, Mohammed Adeleke.
Okay, thanks for the.
Now I have 5 minutes, 5 minutes, housekeeping.
Special thanks to everybody that has been with us from day 1 to day 6. The first thing is to enable all of us be on the same page. Some of us that are joined on day 2 or day 4 or that have been with us from day 1, we need to have summary of everything that has transpired. So I'm going to be sharing the link to all the previous records from day 1 to day 6.
Mr. Mohammed, those on Facebook said they are yet to see all these links. That is not being posted on Facebook.
They said what?
They are yet to see the links on Facebook. All the groups, all the communities we have. People are asking on Facebook. But please go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead. Akode, you can help us post that on Facebook. Mohammed, go ahead.
I'll post the link of all the previous records from day 1 to day 6. So that everybody can go on the same page. It is very critical. I also post the link for our press release that was published on major newspapers. So I can also confirm what you are doing and also share that with your friends and family, your audience. Also going to share the link for the Zoom.
Hold on. I don't know, Mohammed Adeleke's network has been very bad today. So guys, we're gonna put an end to our Zoom meeting today. Tomorrow, 7
p.m. By the grace of God, God keeping all of us alive, we'll be back. We encourage every one of you to please go join a group. Okay, go join a group, go join a community. We are New Nigeria HQ on Facebook. That's our mother group, New Nigeria HQ. Everyone go and join now, ASAP. Now, for what I started about personal financial empowerment, right? Some of you are interested. I've already been running that for years now. So just go to Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube, subscribe, and start watching all the various training videos. Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube. Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube. You can go there now and subscribe. Okay, at Stephen Akintayo TV on YouTube. Go subscribe, and you can start watching all the various videos on different business opportunities that you can start doing. And I wish you all the best. Again, we'll see tomorrow, God willing. Thank everyone who is working behind the scene, right? Nobody may thank you, but God, God sees what you're doing, and I appreciate you. Ultimately, the new Nigeria will be a reality, whether the enemy likes it or not. We love you all, and we thank every one of you for always being there and being part of this massive movement. Love you. God bless you. Good night, everybody.
Hi. Hello. Good night.